Don't get that nigga started, man.
Hey, the dude that came on for real. Like jail, but
Okay, so if you want, you can bring the mic closer. And then you can just come sit or close or however. You can just be loud,
where
whatever.
can I fit? I don't know where I can fit.
No, I mean like as far as like on the mic, if you wanted to say something, like you can just like you can.
That bitch gonna pick you up, bro.
What's happening? It's your boy Marley Bando. We definitely live. Kiki Kamau in the building. Dave B live from the 813. You know how we get it. We definitely doing our thing, man. Shout out to the platform. I'm glad to be here. I'm just the side nigga in this situation right now, I guess.
Okay.
I'm the nigga sitting in the chair on the side, just making commentary.
We are recording right now on both ends. Spirit!
We right here. I ain't playing. No, we ain't playing.
Yeah.
I ain't playing.
Yeah. I'm still here. But they wanted me dead, yeah. Put money on her head, yeah. That's what my brother had. Alright, Spirit! What's up, what's up? It's your girl, Mz.Kiki Kamau, and we are listening and tuning into my First Amendment podcast where we're talking parenting all season long. And I am blessed to be here with my co-host today. Who we got here?
Dave B813, what's going on with everybody? What's going on?
Yes, yes. So you know we're talking co-parenting today.
Mm-hmm.
And I got you on the show. I'm going to interview you later about your music and all that stuff, but I wanted to have you on the show for this particular season. Are you, and you said you're comfortable with talking about co-parenting and how many, you know, baby mamas you got and stuff. Okay, so tell us a little bit about, you know, how many children you have and, you know, tell us a little bit of your background as far as a parent. So, you as a parent.
Me as a parent, I got 2 children. I got a daughter named Grace, she's 9, and a son named Malachi, who just turned 2.
Aww.
Yeah, that's my heart and soul right there. But yeah, my background, like, really just say as far as the co-parenting, like,
well, I'm gonna ask you a question, but I wanted to just I just wanted like your children and like how many and where they come from, like one mom, 2 moms.
Oh yeah, this is one.
They all got their own mama.
Yeah,
you love them so much you gave them their own mama.
Yeah.
So we're talking about parenting, and I want to know a little bit about. Let's dive a little bit into your history first. Like, what was it like for you growing up, like seeing your mom and dad parent? Like, what was your parenting styles like?
Well, I was really, like, as far as father, I had my granddad coming up. My father wasn't, like, I met him more when I was grown. So it was mostly just me and my mom. I was watching my mom working, you know, the routine, having worked 2 jobs.
Yeah.
I had, I was more raised by my grandparents, and then I was just back and forth in the household. But, you know, like, that's just you know, just
okay. So
going
you
to a
were raised by your grandparents,
you know, like to make it. You know,
so what was it? So when it comes to like how your mom was raising you, like, you know, when it came to like certain things, like did she, when it came to instilling discipline, like love, like what was that like growing up in like
you got all of that. You got all of that in a mesh from my mom. Like, she's sad, so she's sharp. You know what I mean? But it's just whatever you got from Mom Dukes. It was real passionate because it was a single mom. You know, so it's like. And she had a number of boys, it's 4.
Oh, so wow.
That's like just one son.
So was she more like feminine, like, let me see, like, you know how women are very like, you know, fragile and vulnerable with our, you know, with our daughters, we're very like, oh, you know, sweetie, my baby failed. Like, was she like very like,
oh no,
you know, she was like hard with y'all, like if you fail, get your ass up, you'll be all right.
Straight boxing match.
No, for real?
Yeah, straight boxing match. My mama got 5 brothers, so you know.
Oh wow!
She was the perfect woman for
She had 5 brothers and had 5 sons.
No, she had 4 boys.
4 boys.
Yeah,
that's insane.
She was built for it, though, you know.
So she's like a tough mom, like a you know, hard woman.
Yeah, she I'll say when we was younger, but my baby brother, he getting the soft part of it.
Okay.
So, you know, the babies always get it easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last one's always, I was the last one, so I get
that.
Yes, I was, you know, I didn't get all the whippings or whatever. But so she was kind of like strong on you guys because it was 4 of you.
Yeah.
When it came to like teachings in the home, did she ever teach like history? Did she like go over like certain music with you guys?
Yeah, the music definitely. Like my mom was in the church choir, and like we ended up falling into that tradition too. As we was younger, they had us come up in choir and stuff. So that was, I want to say that really was probably my natural introduction to music, you know.
I think it's so funny that a lot of black people always say I grew up in the church.
Yeah,
I think we all grew up in the church.
The church, you do it to you, but yeah, that's I think that's probably what got me started up in the music more than anything.
Okay.
Yeah, she was pretty well balanced on everything as far as the discipline, but even with the love as well. Like I said, she was passionate about everything. She still is to this day about everything. So.
Okay, so she gave you a little bit of feminine love. She gave you some tough love. She was like, so she, you know, obviously had like certain music around, like Otis Redding, old school stuff, got the gospel music,
all of that.
You know, but did you learn, like, was she talking about Black history in the home, or like was that not something that
it was more? She, I want to say that she wasn't teaching it. She'll more like she'll get to buy books for me, and she's like, you need to sit here and read these books. So that was the type of books that I was around. So I'll catch it on my own time. Like I read on Sunday. I ain't gonna say I'll read a book all at once, but like I read on Sunday. Then over the years, I attained that knowledge through these books she was putting around. You know.
Yeah. What about Grandma and Grandpa? Like they didn't talk about like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
Grandpa was the one that was spoiling me, but I lost him when I was young. I was 7 when he passed, so I got mostly memories of like the spoiling. He took me to work all the time with him and all of that type of stuff.
Teaching you like hands-on training. What did he do for a living?
He was roofer.
Nice. And you know, back in those days, we used to utilize a lot of skills. Like we had a lot of skill sets. Okay.
Yeah. No, you good. We vibing, man. But grandmother. So everybody knows my grandmother. She just recently passed in April. But my grandma, you know what I mean. Bless her soul. Miss Johnny Bronner. She made it 91 years old.
Oh wow.
You know that that was like my major motivation right there. So with her, it was everything. Like after this, but I'm talking about down to first everything, first plane flight. You know what I mean? Helping me get a first job. Everything. Like, my grandma was around so long, so it was like I had 2 mothers. You know. That's how it really was for me now. Like the father part, I can't hit on it too much because I'm really kind of just connecting back with my father, and I choose that upon myself as a man. I'm like, I don't want to be the typical one, be like, oh, I'm bumping.
Right, you weren't there, so I ain't gonna be your friend or whatever.
I said that, hey, I'm gonna take the initiative to get to meet this man. And when I seen him, I told him, I'm like, hey, I don't even want to talk about the gray area. Let's just catch up. You got 2 grandkids in this end, so you need to be like, you still do to know that, you know what I mean?
I think that's dope. I think that's really dope for you. And like that's what you got to do to like break generational curses. Be like, you know, I get you weren't there. So now, bringing that up, you are a father, and you have a son, but like you didn't have a man to like be there for you to like throw a football around and stuff like that. So how did that lack of skill set go into you as a parent? Like how did you turn that around for your son?
I would say just being a father in general. Like with my daughter, it was like, you know what I mean, that was the test. So with my son, I think I was a little more prepared when he was born. But at the end of the day, I just try to give them everything that I always had wanted. We talking about a lot of years of wanting. There's a lot of things to give.
I think that's the big key right there, is giving them what you didn't have, like your ideal childhood. What does that look like for you? And
So it's like I just give them the opposite of what I went through. I want them to go through that, and it's not hard, but like the main thing is people have children. You have to be ready to want to have children. Like don't have children if you're not ready, because it's a beautiful thing. Like I love it.
They are. They're a miracle.
Yeah,
they really are.
Definitely.
So, and you're absolutely right. Don't have children unless you're ready for it. So, speaking of being ready for it, when it comes to co-parenting, oftentimes you get into a relationship with someone and you're thinking, okay, this is gonna last forever, and then you have to split, and then now you have to share custody of the child.
Yeah.
You've experienced that. I'm experiencing that, or we're both experiencing that. Talk to me about like what's that like for you when it comes to co-parenting, like from when you first knew that this is what it's gonna have to be. Like, did you know going into the relationship, like what was that like?
All right, to answer that, no, I didn't know for both. I didn't know because I wouldn't be, first off, I wouldn't be trying to make a baby with a woman if I didn't see a future with anyways, so
yeah.
It wasn't like surprise-wise with me, but when like the split happened, I co-parenting, I'm gonna tell you one thing, it's definitely gonna be a challenge, but like I said, don't have children unless you really, like, y'all really ready for a child, because no matter what you decide to do, that child finna be here. So
exactly.
Co-parenting is always kind of rough, but my baby mamas ain't really bad, so I can't.
So you don't have like, we
had our moments in between.
Well, talk to me about like when that happened, like when y'all first.
in between, because.
How old were you with your first kid?
My first, I was.
That's a good question.
Yeah, because I'm about to be like 27. I'll be 27.
You were 27.
Yeah, my daughter is 9. Yeah.
My first kid, I was like 22.
Yeah. See, I think that'll be because
I was violent.
You were very young.
I was really violent. I'm busting shots, like just what I mean.
So what does that feel like when someone says like, okay, we're gonna share this baby? Is the baby more with the mom?
Yeah, the baby's more
with you too much.
Typically, yeah, that's how.
How does as a man? How does that feel? Like, who would you?
I have it like, I ain't even cut you off, but I have it like, it's more like flip flop with me because I'm heavily involved with them actually, but like I said, I ain't saying like it was just smooth. Now we had our little moments because co-parenting is an adjustment because we talking about simple as we doing all right, and then you go get a new woman in your life.
Yeah.
And you weren't ready for that. Now she
feels
gonna feel a certain way now about this because you're like, we got this baby together. Like she still got that. So we had them little ruffles in between. So co-parenting is not easy, but it's very doable.
So your first baby mom got upset when you got introduced to another baby, and she was just like, so did she start keeping the baby away more? Like, what was that like?
You didn't do that, but you just kind of feel that energy. Kind of count. Like I do the same thing. Like I'll be like chilling, I don't even think about it.
Okay, so she was a little bitter, but did she take it out on the children? Is what I'm saying. Like
no. She take it out on the children.
I mean, not take it out on them, but like
she'll take it out on you, and
I'll probably have my little moments. Like it'll be like.
Like, were you able to see your daughter more often or less?
I could get her, but I had them weeks, when she might just be feeling a certain way. And I supposed to get her today. And then it's just like, I'm not even gonna answer the call. And it's like, all right, I know you're doing this, like you're doing this intentionally right now. But like we never got like aggressive like.
So it never had to go to court or anything like that.
No, other than with just. Child support. That's one of the things we report. I put my cell phone so you got.
Oh dang! Look at that!
Big boy shit.
Go put yourself.
Big boy shit. You better off doing it like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what made you do that? Is it because
it's wiser and it looks more responsible?
It looks
they actually talk to you when you do it. They talk to you like they actually looked at what. I had a partner. They look
because that kills that whole stigma of we don't give a damn and this, that, and the third.
But when you know,
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Put me on it. So when you had your next baby, how old were you? That's a good question. I got to still ask from Marley. How old were you when you had your next baby?
Well, he too, so I was 30, 33, 34.
Okay, so you were more equipped with it, but then you ended up having to co-parent with this one again because you're not living together, right?
Yeah, we're not together.
So what is that like? Because you might get in another relationship.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, but that was more like I think that because his mom was she was a little younger, so we actually got close to actually getting married. Like that was a more prepared, like wiser me right there with that situation, but. I think it was more like just two people not kind of like on the same page, you know what I mean? With that situation, like just I'm older than her, so I think she still kind of had wanted to go out, have fun, like, and I don't want to take that. I don't want to take that from a woman, you know what I mean? So that's really kind of how that split was with her. It wasn't never like I didn't never have no crazy situations. With
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So let me ask you a question though. If you could, I know you had some. But if you
man over here.
I'm gonna ask you some questions now because he is ready. But
Lord.
if you could, would you like love the idea of having your children to live with you, or are you cool with them like living with the mom?
I try to.
Because I'm sure they come and spend the night, right?
Yeah, they come and spend the night. And it's like whenever I'm definitely if I'm not at work, my kids, I'm getting my kids. You know what I mean? Like that's just a definite.
You should. The kids.
If I'm off, I mess around and I'm like, oh, I got 5 days off. I'm on vacation. I ain't like, hey, I'm finna go out at Santa Monica. No, I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna get my kids. I'm off for the weekend. But I get them periodically throughout the weeks and stuff, you know what I mean, and all that. But I also, there's been times where I've been the parent that they stay with me too. Like, I literally try to bring all that, like, if say for example, a job change happened, you know what I mean, and I'm just in position to, well, you working overnight and I'm available to have the kids overnight over here with me, I'll take the kids to. So
you guys, it seems like you and your two children's mothers have like really good communication.
Yeah.
Now, do they communicate with each other? For to keep no.
Ooh, no.
Is that weird? I don't know. I'm just Marley looking at me
like I said, he got his books.
I missed that. I'm a little high.
Okay, so they don't communicate with each other. Okay, no. But they communicate with you, and that's good.
Yeah,
so y'all don't have any like bad blood. So when it comes to like holidays, everybody's good. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, everybody's good. Like, it ain't like
school clothes and all that stuff. Like,
all that.
You guys don't.
No,
damn. Well, why are you here?
Why?
You up here?
Damn.
He representing the best way of co-parenting. Like, this is how you do it.
That's why I'm
So let me ask you a question. What is, if you could give any advice to anyone that's listening that has children or whatever and that's going through maybe co-parenting issues, what are some things that you feel like you could do to help better co-parent with the other partner?
But that's why I tell them, saying just to say communication is that's like, I don't know how to really word it, but that's not much to really say to define it. It's a lot more in between it, but you have to be willing to like change on, like, you might have certain ways like I can't just deal with this person,
right.
But you have to put that to the side, because you gotta understand, if you're doing that, you're not taking that out on the person, you're taking that on the child, for example, you know what I mean? The dad, hey, I don't want to be around a mom saying, I'm not gonna let you see them.
Yeah.
There's a child that's in the middle of that, and that's why I say it's like I had those little situations, but it wasn't big, because me as a man, that's what men gotta understand. Like, me as a man, I took that upon myself. I'm like, hey, nothing finna defeat me from being able to see my kids. You know what I mean? And when you tap into an energy like that,
you gotta own that.
Yeah, you finna own that. Nothing's finna stop you from this. Nothing they can do. I'm like, hey, you can do whatever. Like, I'm going to child support, so you ain't gonna get me with that, right?
So you put yourself on child support.
I'm handling that.
Like,
I'm
gonna keep showing these people I want to see my kids.
Yeah.
And when you do that as a father, you look good. You know what I mean? But it's just something that doesn't happen a lot. Cause like you said, a lot of, like you said, you was just wild. Like a lot of dudes was young and wild. I feel like I was more on the mature end from the start, because most of the people I know, like, their kids is grown now. My kid's 9 and 2. I feel like I started late now. But I was kind of more on that mature level with it. So I think that's how I handled it, the way that I handled it. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would be some things, like, if you made any mistakes, what would be some things that you feel like you could have done differently?
Got married first.
Okay. But I mean, you would have
straight out.
I like how he's like with a smile and everything.
Straight out. Damn.
It's the truth.
You would have gotten married first.
It's the truth.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I like it. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Oh,
well, y'all hear that, Spirits? He's a good man, Savannah. So, I thank you so much for being on the show. Is there anything that you wanted to say that I probably didn't allow you to say? Or
No. It's good. It's good.
Okay. Well, Marley, you ready? You up?
Yeah, I guess so.
You ready to get in the hot seat?
I guess so.
Okay, let's go. Well, Dave B, thank you so much for being on the show. And Spirits, let us know if you like the show and hit up Dave B at give us your handles.
Oh, it's just Dave B813. You want to just Google
Facebook.
it.
Oh,
Anything, just Google it. It'll come up.
You'll see it.
There won't be no problem.
You'll see it.
813.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
They not getting fed. Cause of the hate, it's hard to break bread. Yeah, I am the match for you. I get the crowd lit after you. Yeah, that is what masters do. They say she a poet, now a rapper too. Ooh, how she so confident. Try to tear down her confidence. Say her poetry nonsense.
That's all you gotta do. Google everything. What did you have it?
Let me turn the AC on. You could have.
Hey, Google, who Dave B is, man?
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Google Dave B813.
That's crazy.
Alright, so Dave.
You wanna swap around?
Yeah, you
That's why, like, real talk though, like, that's why I really said, I know I was gonna give you a great, you gonna get the great interview. But when he was talking, he finna give you the nitty gritty. He finna give you what you looking for over here.
It's gonna get bad.
Okay.
No, it's
Hey, it's like
great,
therapy.
bro. It's gonna be great.
It's like I wasn't always this great of a person when I was young.